Imagine a world where your inner peace is unshakable, where no external force can disturb your tranquility, where you move through life with grace and power, unbothered by the chaos around you. This isn't just a dream, it's a reality that you can create for yourself starting today. Welcome. I'm here to share with you a profound truth that has the power to transform your life. It's a simple concept, yet one that many of us struggle to grasp and implement. Are you ready? Here it is: be silent and act as if nothing bothers you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's easier said than done, and you're right, it is. But I'm not here to tell you what's easy. I'm here to tell you what's powerful, what's transformative. What can take you from a life of constant reactivity and stress to one of calm, focused action and inner strength? Let's break this down. First, be silent. This doesn't mean you should never speak. It means learning the power of measured response, of pausing before you react, of creating a space between stimulus and response where your true power lies. Think about the last time something really bothered you. Maybe it was a rude comment from a coworker, a driver cutting you off in traffic, a negative news story that sent your mind spiraling. How did you respond? Did you lash out? Did you let it ruin your day? Did you carry that negative energy with you, infecting every subsequent interaction? Now imagine if in that moment you had chosen silence, not a passive, weak silence, but a powerful, intentional silence. A silence that says, I choose not to be controlled by external circumstances. A silence that allows you to respond rather than react. This silence isn't just external. It's internal too. It's about quieting that constant chatter in your mind. That voice that's always judging, always comparing, always worrying about the future or regretting the past. When you cultivate inner silence, you create space for clarity, for wisdom, for true understanding. But silence alone isn't enough. That's where the second part comes in: act as if nothing bothers you. This doesn't mean becoming numb or indifferent. It means choosing your responses consciously rather than being at the mercy of your immediate emotional reactions. When you act as if nothing bothers you, you're not denying reality. You're not suppressing your emotions. You're rising above the petty annoyances and distractions that so often derail us. You're choosing to focus your energy on what truly matters rather than wasting it on things you can't control. Think about the people you admire most, the great leaders, thinkers, and change makers throughout history. What do they all have in common? They have an unshakable core. They don't get thrown off course by every little obstacle or criticism. They keep their eyes on their vision, their purpose, their truth. You have this same power within you. Right now, in this moment, you have the ability to choose how you respond to life. You have the power to be silent in the face of provocation, to act with grace under pressure, to move through the world as if nothing can disturb your inner peace. But let me be clear, this isn't about becoming a doormat. It's not about letting people walk all over you or ignoring injustice. It's about choosing your battles wisely. It's about conserving your energy for what truly matters. It's about developing the inner strength to stand firm in your truth, regardless of what's happening around you. Imagine how your life would change if you embodied this principle. How would your relationships improve if you no longer engaged in petty arguments or took things personally? How would your work life transform if you approached challenges with calm determination rather than stress and anxiety? How would your self-image shift if you no longer needed constant external validation? This is the power of being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you. It's a practice, a discipline, a way of life. And like any skill, it takes time and effort to develop. But the rewards are immeasurable. So how do we begin to cultivate this power? It starts with awareness. Begin to notice your reactions throughout the day. When something bothers you, pause. Take a breath. Create that space between stimulus and response. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is reacting going to improve the situation or just drain me further? Practice responding with silence. Not a sullen, angry silence, but a calm, centered silence. A silence that speaks volumes about your inner strength. Watch how this changes the dynamic of your interactions. Then practice acting as if nothing bothers you. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. It means choosing not to let them control your actions. Feel the emotion, acknowledge it, then let it pass through you without acting on it. Start small. Maybe it's not reacting to a minor annoyance at work. Maybe it's choosing not to engage in gossip or drama. Maybe it's maintaining your composure when faced with a setback. Each time you practice, you're building that muscle of inner strength. As you develop this skill, you'll begin to notice changes in your life. You'll find yourself less stressed, more focused. You'll attract different kinds of people and opportunities. You'll begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to happiness. But remember, this is a journey. There will be times when you falter, when you react before you can catch yourself. That's okay. Be gentle with yourself. Each moment is a new opportunity to practice, to grow, to embody this principle more fully. And as you walk this path, you'll discover something profound. You'll realize that true power doesn't come from controlling your environment or the people around you. It comes from controlling your responses, from choosing your actions consciously rather than being at the mercy of your reactions. You'll begin to understand that most of the things that bother us are ultimately insignificant. They're temporary annoyances that we magnify with our attention. When you choose to be silent and act unbothered, you're choosing to focus your energy on what truly matters. Think about the energy you've wasted in your life on things that ultimately didn't matter, the arguments that led nowhere, the worries that never materialized, the offenses you took that only hurt you in the long run. Now imagine reclaiming all that energy. Imagine channeling it into your goals, your passions, your growth. This is the gift you give yourself when you practice being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you. You reclaim your power, you take control of your life, you become the author of your story rather than a character reacting to every plot twist. But let's be real, this isn't easy. Our world is designed to keep us reactive, to keep us engaged in drama and conflict. The media thrives on outrage. Social media algorithms reward emotional reactions. Our very biology is wired to respond quickly to perceived threats. That's why this practice is so powerful, because it goes against the grain. It requires conscious effort. It demands that we rise above our base instincts and choose a higher path. And here's the beautiful thing: as you practice this, it becomes easier. What once required immense effort becomes second nature. You'll find yourself naturally responding with calm silence, where once you would have reacted with anger or fear. You'll notice that things that used to bother you now barely register. This doesn't mean you become passive or apathetic. On the contrary, you become more effective, because you're no longer wasting energy on unnecessary conflicts or worries. You have more to devote to what truly matters. You become more focused, more purposeful, more aligned with your true self. Think about the people in your life who embody this principle. The ones who remain calm in a crisis. The ones who don't get caught up in petty dramas. The ones who seem to glide through life with an unshakable inner peace. Don't you find yourself drawn to these people? Don't you admire their strength, their composure, their wisdom? You can be that person. You have that power within you. It's not about changing who you are at your core. It's about stripping away the layers of reactivity and fear that obscure your true self. It's about reconnecting with the calm, wise, powerful being that you are beneath all the conditioning and learned responses. As you practice being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you, you'll begin to see the world differently. You'll notice beauty where once you saw only problems. You'll find opportunities where once you saw only obstacles. You'll connect with people on a deeper level because you're no longer caught up in surface-level reactions. This practice also has a profound effect on your relationships. When you're no longer easily bothered, you become a source of stability for others. People are drawn to your calm presence. They trust you because they know you won't fly off the handle or get caught up in drama. You become a leader, whether in your personal life or your professional one. But perhaps the most beautiful effect of this practice is how it transforms your relationship with yourself. When you're no longer at the mercy of every passing emotion or external circumstance, you develop a deep trust in yourself. You know that no matter what life throws at you, you can handle it with grace and power. This self-trust is the foundation of true confidence. Not the brittle confidence that comes from external validation, but the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing your own strength. When you trust yourself, you're willing to take risks, to pursue your dreams, to speak your truth, even when it's unpopular. And here's a secret: when you embody this principle of being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you, you become magnetic. People are drawn to your energy. They want to know your secret. They want to understand how you maintain your composure in a world that seems designed to provoke reaction. This is your opportunity to lead by example, to show others that there's another way to move through the world, that we don't have to be slaves to our reactions, that we can choose peace, choose power, choose conscious action over mindless reaction. But remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about practice. There will be times when you falter, when something catches you off guard and you react before you can catch yourself. That's okay. Each of these moments is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to deepen your practice. The key is to not get discouraged, to not use these moments as evidence that you can't do it. Instead, see them as part of the journey. Celebrate the times when you do manage to remain silent and unbothered. Notice how it feels, how it changes the situation. Let those successes motivate you to keep practicing. As you continue on this path, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in your life. Things that used to stress you out no longer have the same effect. People who used to push your buttons somehow lose their power over you. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable now appear as opportunities for growth. You'll also notice changes in your body. The constant tension you may have been carrying starts to release. Your breathing becomes deeper, more relaxed. You sleep better. Your immune system strengthens. This is the power of inner peace manifesting in your physical being. Your mind, too, undergoes a transformation. The constant chatter begins to quiet. You find it easier to focus, to be present in the moment. Your creativity flourishes because it's no longer blocked by stress and worry. You make better decisions because you're coming from a place of clarity rather than reactivity. But perhaps the most profound change happens in your spirit. As you practice being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you, you reconnect with your true essence. You remember who you really are beneath all the layers of conditioning and learned responses. You tap into a wellspring of inner wisdom and strength that you may have forgotten was there. This is the true gift of this practice. It's not just about navigating the world more effectively, although it certainly helps with that. It's about coming home to yourself. It's about remembering your inherent worth, your innate power, your unbreakable connection to something greater than yourself. And as you embody this truth more and more fully, you become a beacon for others. Your very presence becomes a reminder that there's another way to live, that we don't have to be at the mercy of our circumstances or our emotions, that we can choose peace, choose power, choose conscious action. This is how we change the world, not through grand gestures or loud proclamations, but through the quiet power of our example. By being silent and acting as if nothing bothers us, we show others that it's possible. We create a ripple effect that can transform our families, our communities, our world. So I invite you to take on this practice, to commit to being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you. Not as a rigid rule, but as a guiding principle. As a North Star to orient yourself by when the storms of life threaten to throw you off course. Start small. Maybe it's taking a deep breath and choosing not to react the next time someone cuts you off in traffic. Maybe it's pausing before responding to a provocative email at work. Maybe it's choosing not to engage in gossip or drama with friends or family. Whatever it is, start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Each small victory builds your strength. Each moment of chosen silence, of conscious non-reaction, is a step towards mastery. And as you walk this path, know that you're not alone. Throughout history, the wisest among us have understood this truth. They've embodied this principle of inner silence and outer composure. They've shown us what's possible when we choose not to be bothered by the petty annoyances and distractions of life. You are the heir to this wisdom. You have within you the same power, the same potential. It's not something you need to acquire or achieve. It's something you need to uncover, to remember, to embody. So I challenge you for the next week, commit to this practice. Be silent and act as if nothing bothers you. Notice what changes. Notice how you feel. Notice how others respond to you. Keep a journal if you like, tracking your progress and insights. And remember, this isn't about suppressing your emotions or denying reality. It's about choosing your responses consciously. It's about conserving your energy for what truly matters. It's about tapping into a wellspring of inner strength and wisdom that can carry you through any challenge. As you embrace this practice, you may find that your entire life begins to shift. Opportunities may arise that you never noticed before. Relationships may deepen in ways you never expected. You may discover strengths and abilities within yourself that you never knew existed. This is the power of being silent and acting as if nothing bothers you. It's not just a coping mechanism. It's not just a way to reduce stress. It's a transformative practice that can reshape your entire experience of life. So I invite you to step into this power, to embrace this practice, to discover for yourself the profound impact it can have on your life. Remember, be silent and act as if nothing bothers you. Not because you're indifferent, but because you're strong. Not because you don't care, but because you choose where to focus your energy. This is your moment. This is your opportunity to step into your power, to embody your wisdom, to live from a place of unshakable inner peace. The world needs this from you. Your loved ones need this from you. You need this from you. So take a deep breath, center yourself, and make the commitment right now to be silent and act as if nothing bothers you. Watch as your life transforms. Watch as you become the person you've always known you could be. The power is within you. The choice is yours. The time is now. Be silent, be unbothered, be powerful, be you. Thank you for listening. Now go out there and put this into practice. Your new life is waiting for you. Hey there, have you ever felt like you're constantly being pulled in a million different directions? Like the noise and chaos of the world are drowning out your own thoughts and desires? If so, you're not alone. In today's fast-paced, always-on society, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of external demands and expectations. But what if I told you that the key to finding true happiness, success, and fulfillment lies in doing the opposite? What if I told you that the secret to unlocking your full potential is to be silent and focus on yourself? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Focus on myself. Isn't that selfish? But here's the thing, taking care of yourself, nurturing your own growth and well-being is not selfish at all. In fact, it's the most selfless thing you can do. Because when you're at your best, when you're living in alignment with your true values and purpose, you have so much more to give to the world. So how do you start focusing on yourself? How do you cut through the noise and distractions and tune into your own inner voice? Well, it all starts with silence. You see, silence is a powerful tool. It's a way to create space in your life, to slow down and reflect, to get in touch with your own thoughts and feelings. In a world that's always telling us to do more, be more, and have more, silence is a radical act of self-care. But it's not always easy to find silence, is it? Especially if you're used to being constantly on the go, constantly connected, constantly stimulated. That's why it's so important to create intentional moments of silence in your day. Whether it's taking a few deep breaths before you start your morning routine, going for a quiet walk in nature, or simply sitting in stillness for a few minutes between tasks, these small acts of silence can make a big difference in your overall well-being. And as you start to cultivate more silence in your life, something amazing starts to happen. You start to hear your own voice more clearly. You start to get in touch with your own desires, your own dreams, your own unique path in life. Because here's the thing, we're all born with a specific purpose, a specific set of talents and gifts that we're meant to share with the world. But so often we get distracted by external expectations and pressures. We start to believe that we have to fit into a certain mold, follow a certain path in order to be successful or happy. But the truth is, your path is your own. Your definition of success is yours to create. And the only way to discover what that looks like is to be silent and focus on yourself. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Focusing on yourself, going against the grain of societal expectations can be scary, can feel like you're taking a risk, like you're stepping into uncharted territory. But here's what I've learned over the years. The biggest risks in life are the ones we don't take. The biggest regrets are the chances we don't seize, the dreams we don't pursue, the versions of ourselves we don't allow to come to life. So, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're not living up to your full potential, I invite you to take a risk. I invite you to be silent and focus on yourself. I invite you to get curious about what makes you come alive, what sets your soul on fire. And as you start to explore those questions, as you start to get in touch with your own inner wisdom, something amazing starts to happen. You start to gain clarity. You start to feel more confident, more empowered, more in control of your own life. Because when you're focused on yourself, when you're tuned into your own needs and desires, you start to make better choices. You start to say no to the things that drain you and yes to the things that inspire you. You start to set boundaries and take care of yourself in a way that allows you to show up more fully in the world. And as you do that, as you start to live more authentically and purposefully, you start to attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You start to build a community of like-minded individuals who support and encourage you, who challenge you to grow and evolve. Because here's the thing, when you're focused on yourself, when you're living in alignment with your true self, you start to radiate a kind of magnetic energy. People are drawn to you, not because of what you do or what you have, but because of who you are. And that, my friend, is the ultimate goal. To be so in touch with yourself, so authentic and genuine, that you inspire others simply by being yourself. To create a life that feels good from the inside out, a life that allows you to make a positive impact on the world simply by showing up as your best self. But it all starts with silence. It all starts with focusing on yourself. It all starts with getting quiet enough to hear your own inner voice and then having the courage to follow where it leads. So if you're ready to take that leap, if you're ready to start living a life that feels truly authentic and fulfilling, I encourage you to start today. Start by creating a few moments of silence in your day, even if it's just a minute or two. Start by getting curious about what lights you up, what makes you feel alive. And then start taking small steps in the direction of your dreams. Start saying yes to the things that align with your values and no to the things that don't. Start surrounding yourself with people who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. It won't always be easy. There will be challenges and obstacles along the way. But when you're focused on yourself, when you're tuned into your own inner wisdom, you have the resilience and the strength to overcome anything. Because at the end of the day, the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. The most important investment you can make is in your own growth and well-being. And the most important legacy you can leave is one of authenticity, purpose, and joy. So be silent, my friend. Focus on yourself. Trust in the journey and know that you have everything you need within you to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. It's not about being perfect, it's about being true to yourself. It's not about having it all figured out, it's about being willing to learn and grow. It's not about reaching some external destination, it's about falling in love with the person you're becoming along the way. And as you do that, as you start to live more authentically and purposefully, you start to create a ripple effect. You start to inspire others to do the same, to be silent and focus on themselves, to discover their own unique path and purpose. Because that's what the world needs more of: people who are willing to be true to themselves, people who are willing to stand in their own power and light, people who are willing to stand in their own power and light, people who are willing to lead by example and show others what's possible. So be one of those people. Be a beacon of hope and inspiration in a world that so desperately needs it. Be silent, focus on yourself, and trust that by doing so, you're not only changing your own life, but the lives of countless others. And remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of clarity and moments of confusion. But through it all, keep coming back to yourself. Keep getting quiet, keep tuning in, keep trusting in the wisdom and guidance that lies within. Because when you do that, when you make yourself the priority, everything else starts to fall into place. Relationships improve, opportunities arise, and life starts to feel more like a beautiful adventure than a constant struggle. So be brave, be bold, and be silent. Focus on yourself and watch as your world starts to transform in ways you never thought possible. This is your invitation, your call to adventure. This is your chance to step into the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. This is your opportunity to create a life that feels good, a life that matters, a life that matters, a life that leaves a lasting impact on the world. So take a deep breath, close your eyes, and get quiet. Listen to the voice within, the voice that knows your true path and purpose. And then take one small step in the direction of your dreams. Because that's all it takes, one small step, one moment of silence, one decision to focus on yourself. And from there, anything is possible. So go out there and make it happen. Be silent, focus on yourself, and trust in the incredible journey that lies ahead. Your best life is waiting for you, and it all starts with a single moment of stillness and self-reflection. Embrace the silence, embrace yourself, and embrace the beautiful, messy, wonderful adventure of life. You've got this, and I can't wait to see where your journey takes you. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And the journey of creating a life that truly feels like your own begins with a single moment of silence, a single choice to focus on yourself. It's not always easy to prioritize yourself, especially in a world that's constantly demanding your time and attention. But when you make the conscious decision to be silent and focus on yourself, you start to reclaim your power. You start to take back control of your life, your choices, and your happiness. And as you do that, as you start to make yourself a priority, something incredible starts to happen. You start to feel more energized, more inspired, more alive. You start to tap into a deep well of creativity and intuition that you never even knew existed. Because when you're focused on yourself, when you're tuned into your own needs and desires, you start to see the world through a different lens. You start to notice opportunities and possibilities that you might have missed before. You start to approach challenges and obstacles with a sense of curiosity and resilience, knowing that every setback is simply a chance to learn and grow. And as you continue on this path of self-discovery and self-focus, you start to build a deeper sense of trust in yourself. You start to believe in your own abilities, your own wisdom, your own unique gifts and talents. This is the power of being silent and focusing on yourself. It's not about being selfish or self-centered. It's about being self-aware and self-honoring. It's about recognizing that you have a responsibility to yourself, to your own growth and well-being, and that by fulfilling that responsibility, you're better able to show up for others in a meaningful way. Because when you're taking care of yourself, when you're filling your own cup, you have so much more to give to the world around you. You have more energy, more patience, more compassion, more love. You're able to be a better partner, a better friend, a better leader, a better human being. But it all starts with being silent and focusing on yourself. It all starts with taking that first step, with making that first choice to prioritize your own needs and desires. And I know it can be scary. I know it can feel like you're going against the grain, like you're breaking some unwritten rule that says you're supposed to put everyone else first. But here's the thing: that rule is a lie. That rule is a recipe for burnout, resentment, and unhappiness. The truth is, when you put yourself first, when you make your own well-being a priority, everyone benefits. Your relationships improve, your work becomes more meaningful, and your life takes on a new sense of purpose and joy. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you've lost touch with yourself amidst the noise and chaos of the world, I invite you to take a moment of silence. I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I need right now? What would make me feel more alive, more aligned, more authentic? And then take one small step in the direction of that answer. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It doesn't have to be a major life overhaul. It can be something as simple as saying no to a social invitation that doesn't feel right, or saying yes to a new hobby or passion that lights you up. The key is to start somewhere, to start prioritizing yourself in small, consistent ways. Because as you do that, as you build that muscle of self-focus and self-care, you start to create a momentum that carries you forward. You start to gain clarity and confidence, and you start to attract more of what you want into your life. And yes, there will be challenges along the way. There will be moments of doubt and fear, moments when you question whether you're on the right path. But that's where the power of silence comes in. That's where the power of focusing on yourself becomes so invaluable. Because when you're connected to yourself, when you're tuned into your own inner wisdom, you have a built-in guidance system. You have a way of navigating the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and transformation. So trust in that guidance system, trust in yourself. Keep coming back to that place of silence and self-reflection. Keep making choices that align with your deepest values and desires. And as you do that, as you continue on this path of self-discovery and self-focus, know that you're not alone. Know that there's a whole community of people out there who are on the same journey, who are cheering you on and supporting you every step of the way. Imagine you're walking through life, minding your own business, when suddenly someone comes along and hurts you. It could be a physical hurt like a punch or a shove, or it could be an emotional hurt like an insult or a betrayal. In that moment, every instinct in your body is screaming at you to react, to fight back, to defend yourself. But I'm here to tell you that the true path to strength and power is to do the exact opposite. Be silent and never react. You see, when someone hurts you, they're expecting a reaction. They want to see you get angry or upset or even fight back. They feed off that energy, and it gives them a sense of control over you. But when you remain silent and unresponsive, you take that power away from them. You become an immovable object, a force to be reckoned with. It's not easy, I know. It goes against everything we've been taught about standing up for ourselves and not letting others push us around. But the truth is, reacting to someone who hurts you only gives them more ammunition. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just makes the situation worse. Instead, try this. Take a deep breath and let the hurt wash over you. Acknowledge it, feel it, but don't let it control you. Imagine yourself as a rock in a river with the water rushing around you but never moving you. You are solid, unshakable, unmovable. And here's the thing, when you refuse to react, you send a powerful message to the person who hurt you. You're telling them that their actions have no effect on you, that you are above their petty attempts to bring you down. You're showing them that you are stronger than they could ever imagine. But it's not just about the other person. Being silent and never reacting is also about taking care of yourself. When you react to someone who hurts you, you're giving them the power to control your emotions, your thoughts, your actions. You're letting them dictate how you feel and what you do. But when you stay silent, you're taking that power back. You're choosing to focus on your own well-being, your own peace of mind. And let me tell you, there is nothing more powerful than a person who knows how to keep their cool in the face of adversity. When you can remain calm and collected no matter what life throws at you, you become a force to be reckoned with. You radiate confidence and strength, and people can't help but be drawn to you. But I know what you're thinking. Isn't this just letting people walk all over you? Isn't this just being a doormat? And the answer is no, absolutely not. Being silent and never reacting doesn't mean you're weak or passive. In fact, it's the opposite. It takes incredible strength and courage to hold your tongue when every fiber of your being wants to lash out. Think about it this way. If someone is trying to hurt you, they're probably coming from a place of pain themselves. They may be lashing out because they're feeling insecure or hurt or angry. And by reacting to them, you're only feeding into that negative energy. But by staying silent, you're refusing to engage with their pain. You're choosing to rise above it to be the bigger person. And here's the beautiful thing sometimes. Your silence can be the very thing that helps the other person heal. When you refuse to react, you're sending a message of compassion and understanding. You're telling them that you see their pain, but you won't let it control you. And in that moment, you may just be the catalyst for their own growth and healing. Of course, this doesn't mean you should never stand up for yourself. There are times when speaking out and taking action is absolutely necessary, but the key is to do it from a place of calm and centeredness, not from a place of reactivity and anger. So how do you cultivate this ability to be silent and never react? It starts with mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions and notice when you're getting triggered. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that you have a choice in how you respond. It also helps to have a strong sense of self-worth. When you know your own value, you're less likely to be swayed by the opinions and actions of others. You can stand firm in who you are and let the negativity of others roll off your back like water off a duck. Another powerful tool is empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and imagine what might be driving their hurtful behavior. This doesn't mean you excuse their actions, but it can help you respond with compassion rather than anger. And finally, practice forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone what the other person did or that you forget about it, but it does mean you release the hold their actions have over you. You choose to let go of the anger and resentment and move forward with grace and dignity. Being silent and never reacting is a skill that takes time and practice to master, but I promise you it's worth it. When you can remain calm and centered no matter what life throws at you, you become a beacon of strength and resilience. You inspire others with your courage and grace, and you create a ripple effect of positivity that touches everyone around you. So the next time someone hurts you, take a deep breath and remember you have a choice. You can react with anger and pain, or you can choose to be silent and never react. You can choose to rise above the negativity and be a force for good in the world. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you can master the art of being silent and never reacting, you become unstoppable. You become a true leader, a shining example of what it means to live with integrity and grace. And who knows, your silence may just be the very thing that changes someone's life for the better. Your refusal to engage with negativity may be the spark that ignites their own journey of growth and healing. So stand tall, my friends. Be silent and never react. Let your strength and resilience speak for themselves, and watch as the world around you transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. We are all in this together, navigating the ups and downs of life as best we can. And when we support each other with compassion and understanding, there is nothing we cannot achieve. So go out there and be the change you wish to see in the world. Lead by example and show others what it means to live with courage and grace. And always, always remember you are stronger than you know and capable of more than you ever imagined. Being silent and never reacting is not about being passive or weak. It's about being strategic and wise. It's about knowing when to pick your battles and when to let things go. It's about preserving your energy and your peace of mind for the things that truly matter. And here's the thing, when you master the art of being silent and never reacting, you become a magnet for positivity and success. People are drawn to your calm and centered energy, and doors start to open up for you in ways you never thought possible. But it's not just about personal success. When you choose to be silent and never react, you also become a powerful force for good in the world. You inspire others to rise above negativity and conflict and to approach life with compassion and understanding. Think about the great leaders throughout history, people like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, and Martin Luther King Jr. They all faced incredible adversity and opposition, but they never let it control them. They remained silent in the face of hatred and violence, and they never reacted with anger or aggression. Instead, they chose to meet negativity with love and compassion. They chose to be the bigger person, to rise above the fray and lead by example. And in doing so, they changed the course of history and inspired countless others to do the same. So let their example be a guiding light for you on your own journey. Let their courage and grace inspire you to be silent and never react, even in the face of great adversity. And remember, this is not a one-time thing. Being silent and never reacting is a daily practice, a constant choice to rise above negativity and lead with love. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So start small. The next time someone says something hurtful to you, take a deep breath and choose not to react. The next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, choose to approach it with calm and centeredness. And as you continue to practice being silent and never reacting, you'll find that it becomes easier and more natural over time. You'll start to see the world in a different light, and you'll start to attract more positivity and success into your life. But more than that, you'll start to see the impact you have on those around you. You'll start to notice how your calm and centered energy inspires others to be their best selves, and how your refusal to engage with negativity creates a ripple effect of positivity that touches everyone you meet. And that, my friends, is the true power of being silent and never reacting. It's not just about personal growth and success, it's about being a force for good in the world and inspiring others to do the same. So go out there and be the change you wish to see. Lead with love, and never let negativity control you. Be silent and never react. And always, always remember you are capable of incredible things. You have the power to transform your life and the lives of those around you simply by choosing to rise above negativity and lead with compassion and grace. So stand tall, my friends. Be silent and never react. And watch as the world around you transforms in ways you never thought possible. And as you continue on this journey of being silent and never reacting, you'll start to notice something incredible happening within yourself. You'll start to feel a sense of inner peace and calm that you've never experienced before. You'll start to realize that your happiness and well-being don't depend on external circumstances or the actions of others, they come from within. This is the true gift of being silent and never reacting. It's not just about avoiding conflict or maintaining your composure. It's about finding a deep sense of inner peace and contentment that nothing and no one can take away from you. And the more you practice this, the more you'll start to see the world in a different light. You'll start to appreciate the beauty and goodness in everyone and everything around you. You'll start to see challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning rather than obstacles to be overcome. You'll start to approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder, always eager to learn and grow and expand your horizons. And as you do this, you'll start to attract more and more positivity and abundance into your life. Because here's the thing, when you're coming from a place of inner peace and calm, you become a magnet for good things. People are drawn to your positive energy, and opportunities start to flow to you effortlessly. But it's not just about what you attract into your life, it's also about what you give to others. When you're able to be silent and never react, you become a source of comfort and support for those around you. You become the person that others turn to in times of need because they know that you'll always respond with compassion and understanding. And as you continue to give this gift to others, you'll start to see the ripple effect it has on the world around you. You'll start to see how your kindness and compassion inspire others to be their best selves, and how your positive energy creates a chain reaction of goodness that touches everyone you meet. This is the true power of being silent and never reacting. It's not just about avoiding negativity, it's about creating positivity and spreading it far and wide. And the best part is anyone can do this. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. You have the power within you to be silent and never react, and to create a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. So start today. Start small and be patient with yourself. Remember that this is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, and there will be times when it feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But keep going. Keep practicing being silent and never reacting. Even when it's hard, keep focusing on your inner peace and calm, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And as you do this, you'll start to see your life transform in ways you never thought possible. You'll start to feel a sense of purpose and meaning that goes beyond anything you've ever experienced before. You'll start to realize that you have the power to create the life of your dreams simply by choosing to be silent and never react. So don't wait another moment. Start today and never look back. Be the change you wish to see in the world, and watch as your life becomes a masterpiece of joy, abundance, and endless possibility. And always remember, you are not alone on this journey. You are surrounded by a community of like-minded individuals who are all striving to be their best selves and create a better world for everyone. Reach out to them. Connect with them. Share your stories and your struggles and listen to theirs. Support each other and lift each other up. Because together we are unstoppable. Together we have the power to create a world of peace, love, and understanding. A world where being silent and never reacting is the norm, and where negativity and conflict are a thing of the past. So let's do this, my friends. Let's be the change we wish to see, and let's create a world that we can all be proud of. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because at the end of the day, this is what life is all about: coming together in love and compassion and creating something beautiful and meaningful that will last for generations to come. So be silent and never react. Lead with love and never let negativity control you. And always, always remember you are capable of incredible things, and the world is waiting for you to make your mark. Let's do this together, and let's create a future that we can all be proud of.